Bangkok, a futuristic megacity and the capital of Thailand. It's a city of crowds, chaos, and congestion. An ultra-modern jungle of concrete skyscrapers and megamalls. Millions of tourists come here each year to immerse themselves in culture, explore the vibrant markets, and indulge in a pulsing red light district. But of all the things you'd expect to find in Bangkok, I bet a hidden jungle island isn't one of them. Just across the river, from the sprawling metropolis of the city, lies Bangkok's best kept secret. 16 square kilometers of dense tropical jungle, mangrove forests and wandering trails. A secret garden of ancient culture, history and incredible wildlife, cut off from the rest of the world and has remained basically forgotten. This is the island of Bang Kachao. And this episode, we'll be heading there to explore the unique wildlife, culture and traditions that make this place so special. But first, we need to get there. Wat Bang Na Nok, one of two piers serving the island. Service starts at 5 a.m. here, a regular morning commute across the Chao Phraya for many of the islanders. The island lies just south of Bangkok, contained within a loop of the river, and can be accessed from Wat Bang Na Nok, where we are now, or Wat Klong Toi Nok to the north. But bear in mind that Wat Bang Na Nok is the only ferry service that can carry bikes. The ferry takes just a few minutes to span the 400-meter stretch across the Chao Phraya. But before we begin exploring, I think we need to understand why Bangkok's forgotten island even exists, and how it got cut off from the rest of Thailand. You see, Bang Kachao wasn't always an island. The story begins back in Ayutthaya, the capital of the ancient kingdom of Siam. The kingdom was prosperous and peaceful, and attracted a cosmopolitan citizenry. Japanese, Portuguese, Malaysian. The Chinese would settle on the eastern bank of the river, and the French, who were on very good terms with the king, were afforded accommodation within the palace grounds. And then there were the ethnic Mon, denoted here as Pegu, a persecuted group of people that had fled Lower Burma to find safety under Ayutthaya. Now, after decades of peace, prosperity, and complacency, the ancient capital of Siam would fall to a Burmese invasion. In the wake of its destruction, a leader, Taksin the Great, would revitalize the kingdom of Siam to the south as Thonburi, in an area already colloquially known as Bangkok. The survivors would follow him, and the usual ethnic enclaves would form. The ethnic Mon would settle an area of land on a peninsula to the south to farm the fertile mangroves. The newly established kingdom was thriving under Taksin, and was soon becoming an important international trading hub, welcoming merchants from China and Europe. But these merchants would have to sail the tedious 50-kilometer route up the Chao Phraya to reach the capital, a route made 15 kilometers longer around the peninsula of Bang Kachao. So King Taksin commissioned the Lap Po Canal to be dug, severing Bang Kachao from the mainland, isolating it, and in effect, preserving the island. Over the coming centuries, Bang Kachao would be protected from the relentless advancement of concrete and metal that has since engulfed the city that surrounds it. It remains untouched, a time capsule. Landfall was made on the northeastern side of the island, where you disembark and pay a paltry 5 baht for the journey, cheaper than one stop on Bangkok's famous BTS SkyTrain. And the cost to rent a bicycle for an entire day is just 50 baht, making a trip to Bang Kachao one of the cheapest activities in Bangkok. We begin our journey from the dock southwards, into the thick jungles that line the island's coast. It immediately feels a world apart from the city. The screeches of the BTS SkyTrain and the constant drone of traffic have been replaced by the soothing sounds of water, birdsong, and cicadas. And the only skyscrapers here are the enormous palms that flank the winding paths. The predominant habitat on the island is brackish water mangrove forest, a delicately balanced ecosystem which supports the hundreds of species of animals that make their home amongst the trees. The island is also home to the Siamese fighting fish, which are thought to originate from this very island. As well as this rather repulsive creature, the golden silk orb weaver, named for the golden silk it spins. These spiders are giants and can grow bigger than a human hand. And what's worse, they're all over the island. And though not dangerous, you'd probably not want to run into one of these. As well as playing host to an enormous variety of creatures, the island provides a rich bounty of wild fruits that can be eaten fresh from their branches. And all this natural wealth provides sustenance for the islanders, who rely on a healthy ecosystem to supply the food and materials they need to sustain their livelihoods. The nipa palm, for example, are sought after by the inhabitants of the island. They bear edible fruit in their spiny globules, and the branches can be tapped for sugar, much like maple trees. Being a key species of the island's mangroves, they are critical to the health of the ecosystem, providing food and sanctuary to dozens of species of animals, regulating water quality, as well as entrapping sediment and preventing erosion of the island. How is it?
It's so different from the one you already candy it.
But not all of the plants here are quite as giving as the nipa. There's one plant on the island that's grown all across Thailand for its ornamental value. But its fruit you'd want to avoid at all costs. So this is a pong pong fruit. Now, it kind of looks like any old fruit. However, if you were to crack one of these open, inside you find a hard woody husk. And you can see I'm being quite careful to avoid this white latex. And that's because inside of the husk is a white seed. And if you were to eat that seed, you'd have yourself a guaranteed death. Hence the fruit's other name, the suicide tree. Apple. Now, aside from being a tropical sanctuary for wildlife, the island plays a wider role in keeping Bangkok's lungs healthy. The vegetation on the island absorbs 6,000 tons of CO2 per year and pumps out 6 million tons of oxygen each day, providing the much-needed air purification to Bangkok and the surrounding area, without which the city would drown in its own smog. The filtering effect that the island provides has earned it the name the Green Lung. And in recognition of the importance of the island, the government have tried to preserve this green space by designating an area of land in the north as a national park. And though Srinakhon Khun Park is a beautiful and large space of untouched nature, it's not enough. You see, there's a problem. This paradise of a garden is falling sick, and the gardeners are responsible. As it stands, the fate of Bang Kachao hangs on a knife edge. Corruption, pollution, and deforestation have all had devastating effects on the island's delicately balanced ecosystem. Effects that will cause tremendous ripples for the future health of the surrounding city. But we'll be returning to these consequences in episode 3 of this series, where we'll meet the man that is fighting for Bang Kachao, trying to restore harmony and bring back something magical to the island. But for now, our journey continues in episode 2, where we'll be taking a tour around the island and looking at the unique attractions and culture of Bang Kachao.